welcome back to another preview breakdown, this time for episode 8. Now, before we start, as always, please leave your thoughts down below for episode 7, because personally, I think it's one of the craziest ones we've gotten so far, and I know I say that every week, but I really do feel like it's true this time around. According to the preview, episode 8 looks even better, so let's get to it. So we now see that not only has there been another time skip, but something is wrong with King Viserys to the point where Otto is speaking for him. Obviously, he's been so ill these last few episodes that it must have escalated to a point where he's bedridden and needs the hand of the king to make decisions on his behalf, which can only mean more turmoil between both Targaryen factions. And of course, with the time skip, we get the aging of all the child actors, but one character specifically has become almost a completely different person, Aemon. At least when they age up some of the characters, they kind of look like each other, but here, yeah, I don't know about that. And we even have Aegon here, who kind of looks like a Diet Coke version of Joffrey. People love to compare him to Joffrey, and I'd hesitate to say that, but I can't blame them now for saying this, because after this coming episode, the actor is definitely giving off those sniveling weasel vibes. Over on Rhaenyra's side, we see that she and Daemon are both preparing for the next potential move that Alicent and Otto might make against them, citing that they rule in her father's name, to which Daemon suggests they go to King's Landing and face them head on. Later in the trailer, we see that Rhaenyra cautions against this, fearing it might be a trap, and she's got a point. If Viserys is so ill that he might be close to death at any moment, the Greens could use this as a means to keep her hostage or even throw her in a dungeon, citing Westerosi law for the male heir as legitimacy. For those of you wondering if that's possible, then yeah, it is. It actually happens quite a few times in the books where characters declare for one another because their heir isn't the right gender. We also hear that Corlys has been injured in a battle on the Stepstones, which is a plot point we learned from last episode, that not only has the Triarchy recovered and were amassing their forces, but also House Martell of Dorne has sided with them. My guess is that sending the Valerian fleet to the Stepstones was more or less a decision by the Hightowers to reduce the fighting power of Rhaenyra's side. But because the Lord of Driftmark has been injured, his brother Vaemond, seen throughout the trailer, likely plans to take control of the whole house. It's no secret that many in House Valerian believe Jace and Luke are illegitimate, and with the death of Laenor, Vaemond feels as though he should inherit, and it seems like he's consolidating enough power to do just that. In the books, Vaemond isn't a major antagonist like they're making him out to be here, but some of the plot points are the same. The only difference being that he's Corlys' nephew, not his brother. We also see that Rhaenyra's sons have also grown, but specifically in the background, you can kind of see that we finally get the Kingsguard twins, Eric and Arik Cargill. They've been mostly absent the entire show, but it looks like we'll be getting them after all, which makes me wonder what other book similarities will be appearing in the later episodes. But throughout the entire trailer, we've seen a grown-up Jace and Luke in conflict with Alicent's children, seen here reacting to something Aegon says at a feast, and engaging them in fights throughout. We also get some quick shots of Daemon securing a new egg, Christian Cole and Aemon training in the courtyard, and Rhaenys sitting on her husband's driftwood throne, likely standing in opposition to his brother Vaemond. And we end the trailer with the generic threat of war looming from Otto as Vaemond and his entourage enter. I personally think this is somewhat of a fake-out. Obviously, Vaemond doesn't have enough power to start some kind of small civil war within House Valerian, and that he will be quickly taken out, possibly by Rhaenyra to show her support for the Valerians. She knows that Vaemond could cause issues for her side if he decides to ally with Otto, which I feel as though is what will happen, and they will probably take him out very quickly in this episode to further strengthen her ties with Rhaenys and her family. But guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, please leave your thoughts down below on what you thought of this episode. I may feature it in my next video. Also, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. It helps out a lot. But once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Have a good one.